This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to APSCA's pre-watch video to launch our annual general meeting and stakeholder events. Last year, we held half-day events with our members and half-day events with our stakeholders to share achievements from the current year and discuss the following year plans, and also have plenty of time for question and answers. This year, we needed to think differently. Therefore, enable us to share the amount of information that we would like, we developed a series of pre-watch videos which support the annual report. We encourage you to listen to as many of our videos and review the annual report prior to attending the virtual AGM and/or stakeholder event. We will take questions at the AGM and stakeholder event that you may have after watching these videos. However, you can also raise your questions by emailing us on the director email if you would prefer. Following the 4 events, we will consolidate the question and answers and post these on our website. My name is Ronna Starr, and I'm APSCA's President and CEO. There's probably one thing that we can all agree on. 2020 was not the year we thought it would be. However, our industry demonstrated how agile we are at adapting to change and continued to operate. When we all first learned of COVID and started seeing the shutdowns, I don't think we predicted that during December, we'd still be facing this major challenge globally. During the year, the APSCA team focused on providing the support our members needed by working with those who required payment plans or delaying payment of annual membership fees for individual auditors as needed. 2020 saw APSCA busier than anticipated, with firms and auditors using the quieter audit time to sit exams ahead of the due dates. The exam team developed webinars and guidance documents for the Part 2 and Part 3 exams and enhanced the Part 1 webinar and creating exam guides to support our auditors. We reviewed and developed policies and processes. There are separate videos on this topic. We also engaged a new IT partner to assist us in understanding how we can be more efficient and streamline activities. We also have separate video on this topic. We continue to appreciate your support, and we recognize that during the startup phase of any organization, there are always teething problems. Therefore, your patience as we continuously improve our offerings to members is much appreciated. Let's review APSCA's year in review. 2020 was the 6th attempt by the industry to professionalize, and we excitedly celebrated our 5th anniversary since the first press release announcing APSCA had commenced in September of 2015. This major milestone was only made possible through our partnerships, collaborations, and membership support received through the 5 years, and our 9 founding members who gave tirelessly of their time for the multiple meetings we had, particularly in the first 2 years. A few of the first successes we saw during 2020 were member firm applications, which resulted in an increase in the number of new memberships, and 20 of our firms achieving full membership status, which is up from 3 that we had at the end of 2019. This number will continue to grow as members complete the enhanced application process and close identified gaps. We also continue to see more and more firms applying for membership. 2020 did see one of our firms suspended for failing to reapply for membership by the due date. 2 firms were temporarily suspended for failing to submit quarterly reports, and 3 firms have received warnings regarding pending suspension. 2 firms voluntarily withdrew, and another one is within their warning period. The augmentation of auditor enrollment is considered a direct reflection of industry commitment. Following more than a 400% increase between April 2018 and the end of 2019 from the then 47 member firms, we continue to experience an increase of an additional 3% of auditor enrollment during 2020 despite COVID. During the early stages of COVID, we saw approximately 10% of our member auditor base disassociate from member firms, thus becoming independent auditors. However, over the past couple of months, the number of auditors no longer associated with at least one member firm has decreased to approximately 2%, as we continue to see our industry adapt to the new normal. APSCA rolled out Part 3 exam during quarter 3 of 2020. The rollout due to COVID proved to be far more difficult as ProctorU was 10 times busier than before with increased demand for online testing. We did manage to increase the number of CSCAs from 43 to 130 as of today's recording, and we've been able to increase the number of Part 3 exams which can occur, so the number should dramatically increase moving forward. During Q2, we were excited to welcome our first full-time Code and Compliance Manager, Carol Rice, who came on board in February. Carol, along with Tim Linden, our Senior Advisor of Ethics, continue to enhance our Ethics and Integrity program and hold regular disciplinary board meetings on a quarterly basis in order to hear cases. We have separate videos for both the exam and ethics and encourage you to watch these for more information. Some statistics about our member auditors. 2020 saw a decrease in the number of female auditors, moving from 42% to 40% of our total auditor base. However, 2020 did see an additional 5 countries added to where APSCA has member auditors. We also saw a shift in a couple of our top 5 countries where the most auditors are located. China and India remained the top 2, but Bangladesh moved up to be 3rd, Vietnam moved into 4th, and Turkey remained in the 5th spot. Our total number of member auditors increased slightly, approximately 3% from the end of 2019, and 2020 saw an increase in the number of member auditors who moved from having an employed relationship with member firms to having a subcontract or freelance relationship. Employed auditors decreased by 7%. At the end of 2019, we had member auditors located in 96 countries. We now have member auditors in 101 countries, and whilst there are many of us that are concerned over having auditors in some of the smaller countries that can meet the expectation, it is worth noting there's only 12 countries out of the 101 that only have ASCAs located in them. 13 only have RAs and/or CSCAs, and the remaining 76 have a mix of all the categories. The map shows the approximate locations of the various countries which have either just RAs or CSCAs or only ASCAs. It's encouraging to note that the majority of the countries that only have an ASCA are surrounded by countries with RAs or CSCAs or a blend. So post-COVID, this should help to alleviate some of these issues. Being located in 101 countries, there will be no surprise that we have many languages to address to reach our membership with regards to exams. This past year, we saw our member auditors updating their profiles to ensure their languages were noted at the right level and included their mother tongue. This has seen a shift in the number of written and spoken languages. We also have a total of 89 different written languages. 14 languages have one person only within our auditor base that has advanced competency in that language. 5 languages have more than 200 auditors who have noted as being advanced in written or spoken. Many auditors speak multiple languages, and the count included every language that has been noted as advanced from the auditor's profile. When we're looking at determining the languages that we offer our exams in, if they're advanced in a language we offer the exam, we do not count them in another language. We use this information to determine additional languages that we need to launch our exam in. This shares the best spectrum of our membership and the challenges that we have in order to reach 100% of our auditor base. Please take the time to watch our additional videos and read the annual report. They are strategy, membership achievements, exam, ethics, and integrity. We have 2 other presentations for our member onlys, and that's policy, which is focused on new policies, procedures, and enhancements to existing policies, as well as our data system enhancements for 2021. Thank you again for joining us.